Hello, YouTube. Black male spirituality. Back again with another message. Before I get into the meat of my video, there's a couple things I'd like to say up front. It's a fairly sad topic to talk about today. Been hearing a lot about this Shaqualla Robinson story. A lot of different content creators have been talking about it, and thought I'd chime in as well. Um, I want to first of all say rest in peace to Shaqualla Robinson. I'd also like to send positive energy, positive vibrations, healing energy to her family and to any actual friends she may have had. This is just such a tragedy. I'm someone who really likes spending time with my friends, and I'm trying to get into traveling myself. And when I heard this story, it really disturbed my soul in a lot of ways. To think that you can, go on a trip with friends, pay for some of those friends to come as well, and then you end up dead, possibly because of them. It's a heartbreaking story. It's a tragic story. Secondly, I also want to just say up front, I'm a big believer in innocent until proven guilty in a court of law with an impartial judge and impartial jurors. I don't want to rush to judgment or act like anyone's already been convicted. So I want to preface that. We don't know who's guilty, who's innocent yet. But like a lot of people, I'm very troubled by the information I've heard so far and what's come out so far about this situation. But I kind of want to use this story as a sort of cautionary tale, if you will. And the cautionary tale is about really being careful who you allow into your circle, who you allow into your camp. A lot of us like having large groups of friends. A lot of us brothers, talk like we like having a lot of women we're dealing with here and there, side chick, main chick, all of that stuff. And it's understandable, human beings are social animals, and we're meant to make connections with people. The issue is that many of us tend to allow ourselves to let people into our lives that really don't need to be there. And that can be dangerous, whether it's physical danger of harm coming to yourself, or financial danger of someone stealing from you or scamming you. But there's also a spiritual danger. And, with this channel, I like to focus on the spiritual side of things. A lot of people are so consumed by negativity. They're consumed by hate. They're consumed by jealousy, resentment. That stuff is toxic. It can be deadly. And the key here is that we need to learn how to discern people's energies. I think I mentioned it in my pilot video, how, like when I'm going on a dating app or a website, or there's a site I go on called FetLife. It's for people who are into the BDSM lifestyle. I like to really pay attention to the profile. Sometimes when I'm on, social media or website for dating or what have you, I don't even like to like pictures of people, unless I know something about them. Unless I can read, their profile, kind of see what they're about. And it's not so much what they say, a lot of times it's how they say it. By reading it, you can sometimes see when you're looking at someone who's an angry person. You can see if they're a jealous person, if they've had bad experiences that they haven't healed from yet. And, we all need to be more thoughtful with that. Really pay attention to what people post online. Pay attention to what they say, how they say it, even as you speak with them directly. Ask them questions about things, try to get a sense of who they are, what they're passionate about, what what motivates them, what's important to them, how they treat people that they don't like, how do they treat people they don't know, and for myself, especially with dating, I'd like to know if the person has any sort of spiritual base and what that means for their life. If I were to date someone religious, I'd pay attention to, do they really follow the religion or spiritual tradition they claim? Because it's in those little things you get to know who you're dealing with. And especially with ladies, is this whole mean girl stuff that I hear that a lot of young women go through, and all these toxic friendships and jealous friendships, you know, all of that. A lot of women find themselves dealing with people that they really shouldn't. And a lot of guys, on the other hand, deal with a lot of women they really shouldn't. If you look at the video, or look at the thumbnail for this video, looking at some of the ladies that you see, I think I might share my screen really quick just to as a little bit of an illustration. So you're looking at this picture, you see a couple of the men in this picture, but you look at the young ladies in this picture, or young women. I like to call it more positive people, ladies. You look at these ladies, there's a lot of brothers who probably try to holler at these ladies, especially these two here at the bottom. Look, oh man, she's fine, she's attractive, she's sexy, she seems like she's a fun girl, and I can definitely understand that, from a certain perspective. But these women very well could have been involved in Shaqualla Robinson's murder. Again, we don't know. Everything's just alleged, innocent until proven guilty. But that's something to think about. I mean, even the one in the corner here, the picture of Dejanay Jackson, who was actually seen attacking Shaqualla Robinson. A lot of guys would think she's attractive. And I know a lot of people have been saying some crazy things about her not really being a woman. And, that's all speculation. And I think it's kind of nonsense from what I know so far. But, I mean, and even, thinking about the dudes in this picture, I mean, some of these dudes could be a lot of you brothers' homeboy. You have to really pay attention to who you're dealing with. You can't just look at the surface level of someone, and especially dealing with women as a man. You can't just look at the attractive or sexy pictures on social media and think, oh, that's the girl I'm going to go for. We have to raise the bar with anyone we let into our life, whether they're friends, whether they're people we're involved with romantically or even sexually. We need to pay attention to who we're dealing with. I know there's a content creator, Ringo TV. He said something very profound. He said, to me, friendship is a covenant word. I don't just call anyone friend, and not anyone can just call me friend. I think that's very important. It's a covenant. Any kind of relationship you're in is a covenant between two or more people. And you have to be careful who you enter into a covenant with. You can't just, think, oh, somebody's popular, somebody has connections, or somebody's attractive. Let me get involved with them. Let me hop into bed with them. I mean, you think about statistics with different violent crimes. I've heard that, of statistics where, a lot of women who are violated, we'll just put it that way for YouTube, it's usually done by someone they know. And I think, for even other crimes, other violent crimes, a lot of times it's people you know. Domestic violence, it's usually people you're in a relationship with. So knowing that, I think even more so, we have to be very thoughtful with who we decide to let into our lives. It shouldn't be something we do lightly. And I mean, there's so many videos I can make on this topic from different angles, from the dating angle, from the friendship angle. And, I definitely will be speaking on those things very soon. But you have to just be careful. You have to know how to read energies. And for me, what I recommend is, I think meditating, really getting in touch with the universe, in touch with the spirit. If you are a Christian or a Muslim, you really need to be praying. You need to be fasting. You need to be, connecting yourself with something higher that can help you have the discernment you need. Because a lot of problems are spiritual problems. Some are also mental health problems. That's definitely an angle too. And that's something you should also look out for. If you have people in your life who've been through a lot of horrible things, are they getting help for it? Have they healed from it? A lot of times, the saying is hurt people hurt people. So these are all things to think about. There's a lot of negativity in this world. Low vibrations are at an all-time high. But like I say at the end of all of my videos, stay high vibrational. And I would add to that, only allow high vibrational people in your lives, positive people, people that you know are virtuous, people you know have character, people you know have ethics. I know in my life, the things I've appreciated most about the people who I love and I care about is their character. My ex-girlfriend, the thing I loved the most about her was her character, her kindness, her compassion. And I think that's what we all need to prioritize. Obviously, we want someone who's physically attractive, obviously. A lot of times, if you're a more successful man, you want to have other people who are on the same wavelength as you. If you're a guy, trying to, a guy who wants to be popular, wants to interact with people, wants to know how to socialize with people, I mean, I understand you want certain other qualities, but you have to focus on the spiritual, focus on the attitude, what's inside of a person. And, if you do that, it might just save your life. Maybe not even from something as being murdered by someone you loved or have your life ended by someone you love. It could be a person just causes a lot of unnecessary stress and drama in your life. But at any rate, I think that's all I have to say for now. I'm trying to keep these initial videos short. Again, remember, low vibrations are at an all-time high in this world. But I admonish everyone, my listeners, to stay high vibrational. Be safe out there, guys.